A couple of Big Ten players set to head to the College Football Hall of Fame this year, including Lorenzo White. What a great career at Michigan State, a two-time All-American, finished fourth in the Heisman on two separate occasions, the all-time rushing leader at Michigan State. Joe Thomas, Outland Trophy winner, a fantastic NFL offensive lineman as well, but a all-time great at Wisconsin, including a first-team All-America in his final season. We are very pleased to be joined by Lorenzo White. He was at the Big Ten kickoff luncheon earlier today as well. Lorenzo, great to have you with us.
Thank you guys for having me.
You know, it's interesting. I knew that you had been on the ballot for a number of years. I did not realize that it was 9 years until you made it. Were you starting to wonder if it was ever going to happen?
I mean, I heard from a lot of the guys that was, that was there, like, well, what's going on? We done talked to the guy. They said, it should be this year. And I was like, okay, I'm on the ballot. So,
So how did you find out that you made it?
The mysterious box.
Tell us about the mysterious box.
I go home. Well, I got a phone call. They said, you need to check your mail. I have something coming in. So I was like, okay. So I never really paid it any attention. So, and it's just crazy that day, I just happened to go home early than I normally would. So I go home and I look on the doorstep, I see this box. So I see this box, I say, oh, somebody sent me something. So I took it in the house, and when I opened it, it had all the confetti in it, so I really couldn't see. So when I opened it, it was a football. So, I was trying to make sure it wasn't a hoax. So I said, well, they said newly inducted, so I was like, okay, that. Then so when I got pulled the paper out, then I read it, then I was like, okay, I'm in. Finally.
Lorenzo, as you watch the game now, what are the biggest changes from when you played till now?
Passing. I mean, you look at, I would say, over half of the Big Ten, and we was known for running the football. Right. In the Big Ten. I came from the South, so the SEC is what I was. The players that I was all around, lived with, and grew up with. So coming into this, just looking at what they do now, I mean, it's almost like the running back is like kind of lost.
I'll tell you this. We were talking a little bit earlier, and I was asking you about just knowing that you're going to carry the ball 30, 35 times. How did you prepare for practice? Can you share that with us?
Well, what I did was I know when I first got to Michigan State, I used to always run the ball to the end zone all the time, right? And it got so much a habit to Coach George Perlis was like, he started fussing and cussing the other running backs out. Hey, why don't you take it down? And those guys were older than me. So I kind of got him in trouble for doing that.
So you're talking to a player now, and you're a Hall of Fame guy. They're looking up to you as a Hall of Fame guy, and they ask you for the best advice. What do you give them?
The best advice is for you to always think of the smaller things first, because those are the most important things. Everybody try to look to the sky when, as far as getting themselves into shape or, like personal goals. But, I mean, you got to take it a step further. And I'm talking about not just, on the while working out. I'm just talking about all around. Classwork, everything, I mean, it's just so much. I feel sorry for the kids right now.
Why is that?
You got social media, and it's just an open. Everything is open now.
You don't get a chance to be a kid.
Yeah.
Tell me about this. I thought this was fabulous. You're going to be inducted on campus on homecoming, and you talked about having your teammates that help you get to this spot.
Right. My whole thing was always about in sharing this honor. I mean, it's good, with the personal goals, but it took a quarterback to give me the ball. It took a lineman to block. It took a receiver to throw a block, and even quarterbacks had to throw a block, I mean, when you run the ball 40-some times a game, I mean, they're expected to do something. So, it's a team goal. This thing, going to the Hall of Fame is great, but, it's a team effort.
How'd you get Andre Rison to block for you?
You know,
Seriously, he wanted the ball.
I mean, if I can count the times that he was finna leave the school, you know, and I called him and be like, Dre, I got you. Trust me. I was like, so I used to always tell her, we playing in the game. So I tell Andre, you know, he might stop power. And I say, oh, I just heard it on the sideline. You finna get one deep. Oh, he get all hyped up.
Gotta keep him engaged, right?
Who were some of the other guys you keep in touch with that we
Oh,
would know?
man, Mark Ingram, you know, a lot of guys, because I'm always at Michigan State, you know, at the football games, doing some PR stuff. I mean, I do a lot.
I mean, you're saying 30 or 35 carries. He's saying 40 carries. How about the game that got him to the Rose Bowl where he carried it 56 times?
And he wasn't tired, by the way.
56 times.
And with that, you know, and the coach still got pissed off because he wanted to break it. I needed one more carry to break the record.
There's nothing that would say George Perlis
Yeah.
more than having the running back set the carries record, right?
And the crazy thing is he called timeout, right? And I was like, and called me to the side, right? And the first thing that he do is said, are you tired? And I said, no, I'm tired. And he looked at me, he nudged me, talking about, you the damn liar, you tired. Get your ass back out there, I'm gonna run you.
Lorenzo, congratulations again. Formally inducted both on campus this fall
Well
and then in
deserved.
New York City in
Thank
December.
you.
And
Thank you very much.